Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and let me tell you about February. February was a month of existential dread, running, job hunting, and trying not to combust from the sheer exhaustion. And this series is about my descent into madness and also documenting my running journey. Because last year I turned 30 and as it is tradition, as a hobby runner, I naturally want to compete in a trail race this year. Reddit may not like it, but I keep making these videos because I enjoy making them and some of you seem to enjoy watching them too. All 133 of you. Thanks. My mind currently feels like it's been used as a trampoline by a herd of elephants, so I'd say I'm doing great. I'm currently sitting out a cold and my hip flexor tightens out every time I dare as much as look at an incline. So overall I'd say I'm doing terrific. So yeah, I might have pushed myself a little bit too much last month. But you know what they say, you don't need internal organs if you can have a personal record on Strava, right? It's all about pushing those limits, the grind, and exceeding whatever you can, pushing on. And let me just stop you right there, this is bullshit. It's a load of crap and don't fall for that toxic attitude. Let me just say, don't push your limits too much if you're already hurting, you're just setting yourself up for injury. And is your hobby really worth that much? My hip flexor started tightening up on the uphills and I started to feel a little pain. What I'm trying to say is don't risk injury for a vain feeling of success for your hobby. I certainly still got my goal in sight. The Am half marathon is this summer, a trail half marathon with 600 meters of elevation, which translates to around 2,000 feet. That sounds like a walk in the park if the park was located on the side of Mount Everest or Rushmore or I don't know any other mountains, but you get the idea. My motivation? Well, I really want that finisher's medal, because certainly I don't have enough of those already. There's no space left. Despite all of my preparation, this race is going to be a beast for me. Now I'm going to try and tame that beast. I'm gonna give it my best shot. I've been training since last November and I've been covering my progress on this YouTube channel so far. I already conquered the race distance 3 times this year and I've even tackled some hill that almost resembled the conditions on race day. Not quite, but almost. And it's fucking exhausting. So now it is all about maintaining my questionable level of fitness until the race day comes. And that is its own challenge in itself, because God knows I'm not going to be able to run multiple half marathons every month until then. I'm just going to fall apart eventually if I keep doing that. And my goal for the race is a respectable second to last place, if you will. I gotta set myself some realistic goals, and I'm fine with that. And based on last year's race data, I should be fine. During my last half marathon attempt, I clocked in at 2 hours and 50, and so I should be relatively fine, should not be last place. Unless everyone else that has signed up has been on some super training binge with Navy SEALs, but I'm just hoping they didn't do that. Well then guys, it's week 1 of March, the week of recovery, recalibration, and trying to convince myself that I haven't fully lost my mind yet. So here's the plan. This week, I'm trying the snail's pace approach. I'm taking it really easy this week because, as I mentioned before, I'm sort of dealing with a cold. It's not severe or anything. I don't want to risk my health. So if I feel fit for the task, I'm going to run 2 very easy runs this week and do nothing else. Gotta listen to my body, right? And if I do end up running these easy runs, I'm going to be running them so slowly that snails and turtles will overtake me, and I'm going to be fine with that. Also, the job hunt continues, because the impending unemployment is still giving me anxiety. But hey, it's not all that. I had an interview last week that went really well. I'm invited back for a second round, and I got a different interview scheduled for later this week as well. Ugh, that job interview sucked so bad. They weren't prepared at all. I think they asked stupid questions, and we didn't seem eye to eye. I'm going to reject this myself, even though my options aren't great, but that was bad. Holy crap. So maybe this whole going to be unemployed at some point thing will last forever, but nothing's in the bag yet, so we'll see. Folks, my prayers have been answered. I received a job offer. I'm pretty happy. I think I've got a while to think about it. And I probably will. But right now, I'm leaning on the positive side that I'm going to take it. Those were the people that invited me for a second round and they just straight up made me an offer. I think it's a good one, so I think I'm going to take it. And speaking of work, after some paid time off, I'm back at my old job, and the prospect of being laid off by the end of April surely has me super motivated to do my best work. But I still gotta show up, I still gotta be professional, even if I prefer not to be, and curse or yell at people, I'm not going to do that. So the majority of my days I'm going to be working.
It turned out my cold was more like allergies because everything's blooming right now, but I still took it easy. The weather was nice, so I went on little walks and I was cycling, and I think I'm going to do some more of that.
Alright, you guys, week 2 of March. The week where I'm hoping that my life will start to make sense again. Or at least the week where I'm able to sign a new job contract, so this whole uncertainty about being unemployed thing can just fuck off to wherever it came from. I don't need that shit. Week 1 of March was alright. Man, it's just so mentally draining, like, I feel out of it right now. I just wish for this period of uncertainty to be over and get it done with. Yeah, so about that cold last week, it just turned out that my immune system decided to throw a surprise party and forgot to invite me. So I just was surprised and didn't get all of the fun. At least that's better now. I bought some allergy medication, which I spent a fortune on, but I'm feeling better. So this week, I'm ready to tackle a few new things. I briefly touched on this last week. I got a verbal job offer, but it hasn't arrived in the mail, and the way things operate around here, you need that paper. Which means I will probably spend a lot of time looking out the windows like I'm like a retired 70-year-old man. I'm so ready to sign the dotted line, frame it, and hang it on my wall as a trophy for my perseverance. Also, I plan on ramping up my running again. Now that I got this whole allergy thing figured out, I figured I could have as well be running more again. So what I'm going to do is break up my running distance of around 20k as a goal into a few more small runs. Maybe like run a 5k here, run 10 there, and then 5k again, something like that.
Alright, just completed this week's tempo run, this time around in a very different format. I just tried to maintain my top speed for as long as possible. Turned out it was 3.5 kilometers. And I'm just gonna walk for a bit to catch my breath and then slightly jog home. So, first mileage of the week done.
So after a week of recovery that really wasn't on my terms, I'm back on my terms in terms of running.
Just completed my second medium length run this week. I just ran 8k, but I gotta be honest, I'm not feeling it this week. I mean, I could manage this alright, and I still probably have something left in the tank, but the allergies are still kind of dragging me down. It's nowhere near as bad as last week, but I can still feel the effects.
But for me to be able to succeed, I need to sort of build a more stable frame. So yeah, to prevent my body from disintegrating from all of that running, I'm trying to incorporate some more yoga and upper body workouts into my regime. But also don't think I forgot about my recovery days. So in order to make that happen, I'm going to see a Silverstein concert. They're on their 25th anniversary tour right now. I'm just ready to mosh, like the kids say. Well, I don't know if they say that, but
Alright folks, completed a 10k group ride on a very, very nice trail with some very awesome people. That was definitely the best run of the week, and also the best day regarding the weather. That puts me at a total mileage of about a half marathon, 30 miles, 21 kilometers. Check. Done. Goal achieved.
alright guys, for week 3, I'm going to do things a little different. You see, usually I script out these videos on Mondays, then I record them on Tuesdays, and then just film and edit whatever is happening during the week. But this week has hit so different that I just need to change that up. You see, as I was writing the script on Monday, I finally got the paperwork for my new contract. And the past few days of work haven't been great. And so I opted to immediately use that option. So Tuesday, today is my last day of work, which I just finished. And in order to fulfill all of my obligations, I had to pack my stuff, my remote working equipment, put all of that in a nice little package and just get that to the mail so it can be sent back to wherever the fuck that shit came from. And after I did that, all of the stress, all of the exhaustion, all of the craziness of the past few weeks, they just came crashing over me. I had to legitimately lie down for about 15 minutes before I could function again because, I don't know, it just felt so overwhelming, but also relieving to be done with this shit right now. I usually have my training planned out in advance, and I initially planned on increasing my mileage again this week. But right now I'm experiencing some ankle and Achilles tendon pain, so I'm just gonna ease up. So yeah, plan for this week is just to take care of my ankle so it doesn't fall off, but also stay active so the progress of my training doesn't go to waste. Alrighty, it's Wednesday, my first day of freedom. This little fucker right here is not feeling any better. But hey, weather is nice, cycling was fine, I could do that, so I'm going to do more of that this week. Alrighty folks, it's Tuesday, day number 2 of freedom. Sadly, this thing right here isn't doing so hot. It's swollen, it hurts when I'm walking, but cycling is fine. But hey, it helps that the weather is getting better. It's really warm right now. I'm wearing my short kit. So I don't know how much cycling I actually need to do to substitute for the running, but every minute I'm moving is better than a minute that I'm not, at least training-wise. And that's the only way for me to work out right now that is not hurting me. Today is Sunday, day number 5 of freedom, and the past few days have been more or less the same. The ankle/foot is still painful, but cycling still works. So in the past week, I cycled about 100 kilometers. I think that's a nice replacement, but it still sucks because I want to be outside and I want to run, but there's nothing I can do right now. Gotta be patient. Alrighty folks, week number 4. Unfortunately, my body decided to betray me in the most spectacular fashion. Just when things were looking up, my foot decided to say, hold on, things are looking way too good for you right now. Let me cause some trouble and pain for you. Thanks, bro. Hey folks. Me from the future right here. I just came back from the doctor for a second time because last night I was in so much pain I had to get it checked out again. And it turned out I have some weird bacterial infection that I'm getting some medication for right now. But the point is my foot is now twice its original size. I'm in a lot of pain and I don't think I'm going to be working out this week. I don't think I'm going to be doing much at all this week. Anyway, back to past me. I think I still have enough time left to get back into a decent race shape, so it should be fine. I should not stress myself too much. But it still sucks. And also, next week, I'm already starting my new job. So it probably is a good idea to just, rest, relax, and try to be as recovered as possible. End up trying to make the most out of it. But right now, the most just seems to be sitting around and waiting for the pain to pass. Yeah, so end of the week, end of the month. Long story short, I didn't do anything this week. I couldn't. I was in too much pain physically. I felt sick, I felt terrible. I couldn't even think of running. It was boring as hell, but it sure seemed necessary. I've been out of commission for 1.5 weeks. I haven't been running in at least 2 weeks. So I hope this doesn't ruin my progress that much. I ended February on a pretty high note, and I thought I had some momentum going into March. But man, this month had it out for me. Seems like all of the good things happening to me job-wise did not end up happening on the athletic side, but you win some, you lose some, I guess, I don't know. At least mentally, I'm rested, and I could say I feel ready to start a new job next month. Physically, I don't feel great. I hope I can start working out again soon, and I hope I can get back on track. I still have enough time left, so I shouldn't stress out, but I still want to keep working on my running. Aside from these setbacks, I'm really grateful for this month of running, because we started running more in group settings, and that was just so great. I'm really appreciative of having company on trail runs. It makes everything much more fun. And it's just so great to share that with people. And I really appreciate the people that are running with me because they're very near and dear to my heart. And I enjoy spending time with them. So yeah, let's end it with the stats. Sadly, I only ran 30k this month. But at least I cycled more than 200. I didn't attempt any half marathons this month, I just couldn't do it. And it probably will take some time to get back to that form, but I will try to do that at the end of April at least. If you watched this far, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked the changes and ideas and upgrades I made to this production. I'm still figuring things out, so for the next month, I'm still planning to do like a recap video like this one, but I'm trying to change up the format, the style once more. Still not quite there yet, but also trying to release an individual running movie documentary because there's a race coming up. I have no idea how I'm going to do that, but I'll figure something out. See ya.